Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 17th episode and the second epic return of the Poorly Planned podcast. I just told you couldn't do that. I just told you weren't allowed. My name is Benedict. You probably know me better as BHL Hudson. Here we talk about movies and TV and just that, pretty much. That's about it.
It's pretty boring.
And with me, as always, is my friend and co-host.
And chip munching.
He will be for this episode, Frederick.
Oh, hello, guys. It's been so long.
Well, it's been...
Well, not for you viewers, but yeah.
Well, how was your Christmas? You know, let's not. We can talk about that later. Your Christmas and your New Year's and all the amazing things you probably did.
Didn't we, forward time travel that?
Well, we predicted what would happen.
Michael Caine, still not dead.
Still alive, unfortunately.
However, Adam Sandler is in jail.
As usual, there are time codes down in the description, so you can skip to different parts of the podcast if you want to hear something or spoilers or you're bored, which you won't be because
it's us.
Amazing entertainers. So, first of all, just like to make a little announcement that it really isn't important, but
he's coming out.
It's not that important. Wait, can you get a little closer to the mic? Okay. So anyway, that was the announcement. So the podcasts are actually going up. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know this. Little subtle plug there.
Oh, okay, I see what you're
going up on Saturdays instead of Fridays from now on, just because it's very hard to edit them Thursday night and then have them ready for Friday.
If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I held a poll against that, but unfortunately,
you tried to rebel against this. So yeah, Saturday. Hope that's okay. If it's not, I don't care. It's happening.
And there's nothing to do about it.
So, welcome to a fresh pod. We've been...
It's a fresh pod.
We've had some stale pods the past 3 pods. We've done pre-recorded stuff, and now we're finally real time. And by real time, I mean we're 2 days after we recorded this. So if some news comes out between Thursday and Saturday, we don't. So we are doing I don't know what I'm going to title this or thumbnail it because I have no idea how. Yeah, well, it's just like a recap of everything. So on the show, we usually do mini reviews of stuff we've watched, then news, and then kind of just,
a topic, but we're not doing a topic today because we're just doing news. Are we doing news from the 4th of December?
Oh, you better believe it. Let's talk about the Jurassic World 2 trailer. We'll get to it. But first, so the mini reviews of stuff we watched over the holidays. There's a lot of this stuff, and there's a lot of news. So we're going to try to maybe speed round it a bit.
Speed round it?
So kind of skip over the more boring stuff and only talk about interesting stuff.
Now, Despicable Me 3.
It's quite interesting. So, let's... did I forget anything in the intro? Sorry about the Christmas episode, by the way. That one was terrible.
That one was great. Favorite episode, hands
God.
down.
Anyway, let's get into it. So first of all, Star Wars, The Last Jedi. That came out a long time ago. We both saw it.
That's a movie? Yeah.
Moving on. Despicable Me 3. No, what do you think of Star Wars? We shouldn't talk too fast.
Despite not having seen...
Sorry.
Groot. Oh, no, Groot.
Despicable Groot. It's been a while. It's been way too long.
It's not a fresh pod. No, despite not having... Despicable not having seen the 7th one. Whoa.
Sorry, I just moved the microphone if you heard some...
This one was pretty good. I didn't understand Snoke or why he was so important.
Spoilers for The Last Jedi.
Or why he died in such a tomfoolery kind of way. It was really anticlimactic.
I liked that.
I liked it, but it was anticlimactic.
Yeah, I mean, so have you seen Okay, our seating arrangement sucks. Can we just...
No, keep it in. Keep it in.
Okay, we need to... See, now I'm perched like a monkey.
Well, you're always.
That's just how I sit in my natural state. Well, you've seen the fan backlash, right? You've heard of that. That's been the big thing about this movie.
Not really.
Okay, well, there are some people who made a petition to get it removed from official continuity, so it doesn't count in the Star Wars saga. Which, first of all, if you think that's gonna work, you are insane.
You are a fool. A fool, I tell you. So it was just it would be a standalone?
Yeah, or it wouldn't. I don't know. It's stupid. I guess it's just a funny meme. It's not very funny though. It's just, frankly, I find it disrespectful.
Frankly, I'm very upset.
We haven't really talked. As far as the movie, I loved it. I thought it was great.
It was pretty good.
Did you like the Finn and what's her name?
Yeah, I like that.
What did you think of Rose Tico? What's her name?
Her name's Rose Tico?
Yeah.
I didn't like her very much.
I didn't think they had great chemistry. Did you see their kiss? It was so so non...
Is she alive now?
The actress? Or
I
would hope
died right after.
Of course she's alive. What do you mean?
Not the actress, but like the character.
Yeah. Did you not watch the movie?
I forgot about her. I blocked her out.
Actually, maybe. No, I think she lived.
I loved Luke. I have to say it. The final battle, even though it didn't really make sense that he could touch but then not touch. The whole thing.
That's a whole... Don't say that, because then everyone in the comments, why they'll be like, it's the worst movie ever, or someone will be like, well, actually, it's the force power that is established in this book that I read 20 years ago.
We like to argue.
We love our viewers. It's so... I don't... Why do you care? Just, like, enjoy the movie or don't, you know?
I thought you were talking to me. I was like, sorry.
Shut up, man. Like,
it's not like we're on a podcast or anything.
Like, yeah, like, you can totally have complaints with it, or you can have, like, justifications. But if you're, like, going out and, like, fighting people about it and getting angry and starting petitions, why? What?
Yeah.
Anyway, I liked it. You
fools
liked it.
be fools.
Pros be pros.
Bitches be crazy. Sorry.
He pointed to himself when he said that, by the way. I hope everyone knows.
Despicable Me 3. We spent too much time.
Yeah, okay. Despicable Me 3. It's terrible. It's actually horrible.
What about Gru's brother? Is he not good?
Oh, he's the worst.
What about the Tooch?
There's no Tooch in it.
Is there?
How dare you? How dare you sully the sacred name of the Tooch?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's the Borat, isn't it?
No.
What?
Wait, look. Okay, it wasn't funny. I think it made me
Borat
laugh.
Play the bad guy?
No, it's the guy from South Park. Anyway, I think I laughed twice. I watched it on a plane, by the way, so maybe that contributes to it. But there's like one joke about Gru's dad dying of disappointment, which I thought was kind of funny. But like that's it. Everything else is just like the easiest, most.
Tell it well.
The easiest, most like, immature. I don't know. It's
very Minions.
It's it's a complete mess. Like structurally, the stories are not. It feels like 3 different movies mixed into one. It sucks.
The director with Despicable Me 3 didn't do a good job. I want less Minions, more Gru.
Start a petition for Gru only movies. Anyway, too much time on that. I'll talk about it in some of the video. I didn't like it. Okay, you can say one of yours. Actually, How many do you have?
I've got like this many.
Jesus. Okay.
Well, Baby Driver's on there, so we don't need.
My man.
All right, I watched Top Gun again.
Okay.
That's it. It's great. I love it. It's a bit corny, of course.
I mean, they have the aviators.
That's so good.
They have the goose. They have shirtless volleyball.
They have a shirtless goose at one point. Actually, do they? No,
this is a family-friendly podcast, sir.
I'm sorry.
You can't bring in a shirtless goose like that.
But yeah, the crews, very sexy.
Okay.
And when Goose and the Tom play a nasty.
The sentence is not going anywhere well. The Goose and the nasty Tom
play a nasty Sweet Balls of Fire or whatever it's called.
I don't remember that.
It's like
no,
you don't. Balls of Fire.
We're gonna get sued.
But yeah, overall, I love it.
Great. All the Money in the World, where they replaced Spacey with Christopher Plummer, and there's Marky Mark and his Funky Bunch. By Funky Bunch, I mean Michelle Williams.
Marky Mark and the Funky.
Isn't that his rap name? Or he had a rap group? Doesn't matter.
His soul rapping is Marky Mark and the Funky.
He is the Funky Punch. It was pretty good. Do you know what it's about?
It's
like the richest man in the world.
You told me.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it again.
Get the out of here.
Shut the fuck.
It's pretty good. The Marky Mark is not a very convincing badass.
The Funky Punch ever.
Like Marky Mark's supposed to. Why am I calling him Marky Mark?
Get out of my head.
This is already terrible. Mark Wahlberg is supposed to be like the CIA, FBI badass. I can't take him. I don't know why. It's something about his stupid face that I can't take seriously. I'm kidding. I love you, Marky Mark. But as a whole, the movie's pretty good. Christopher Plummer's pretty good. I think he's
no space.
He's probably better than Spacey would have been. Well, because he also doesn't have to have makeup put on him to make him look like an old man. Suck it, Plummer. The two things I would say, one, it's a little slow sometimes. Like there's a lot of the kidnapped son just kind of like talking to the prison guys and. Yeah, that's it. But what was I gonna say? I had a really, really good point. By really good point, I mean probably mediocre point.
Yeah. Most of your points.
Oh yeah, that's it. I didn't think it was a real. Somehow, don't hate me for this, but somehow I'd never heard of actually like J.P. Getty, Or is that his name? John
Sounds
Paul
like
Getty.
a weird spaghetti brand.
JP Getty. Like, I didn't think it was real because it seems so, like, over the top. Like, he's the richest man in the entire known universe, and he's in Saudi Arabia, and he's getting oil, or something like that. Turns out it's real life, which I thought it was interesting. The real life story, I looked it up afterwards, much more depressing, actually. Spoilers for the movie, I guess. Not really. This is just, at the end, there's a scene where after Christopher Plummer's just been, like, the worst human being for the entire time, Marky Mark, like, has a meltdown on him and, like, just starts yelling at him. And it's very good. It's just, you son of a bitch! But he's doing the Marky Mark voice.
That's
a good Marky Mark.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. Overall, pretty good movie. Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Now let's just skip the
Yeah,
next
we can just
one.
skip The Office, Arrow, Parks and Rec. I've just been watching those on and off.
Battlefront 2.
I played some Battlefront 2 with my
You
cousin.
play?
What else would I do?
I don't know. I thought it was a movie. Well, I know it's a game, but like,
Don't
judge me.
I played some Battlefront 2. Yeah, we're gonna have to edit out all those. I played some Battlefront 2 multiplayer with my cousin when I was in America for Christmas. It was delightful. It was actually pretty good. We played like a thing where one person is. Have you played it?
I played the beta.
I don't know what that means. I'm not a gamer.
It's like pre-release.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Nerd. Tool.
So we did a version where no one cares about this, but just real quick because this is kind of fun. One person plays as like a top level character on either the hero or villain side. Don't mock me for this.
A top level character.
I can tell you're about to mock me. And then the other person plays like a stormtrooper, like a very low level character, and then it's kind of like a hide and seek kind of game. It was really fun, but
Who was seeking?
Now I feel bad for talking about it because you've been such an asshole about it. So moving on.
Who was your top character? Were you the Vader?
I was actually Kylo Ren, but that doesn't matter.
Well, that's irrelevant now.
I saw the Hughbert. Can we save the Hughbert actually for a little bit?
Scum.
What?
You're irrelevant.
What are you talking about the Hughbert? Let's save the Hughbert for later.
What's the Hughbert? Oh, the Hughbert.
Also, this is a little sneaky post-recording little tidbit. I said earlier, let's save Hughbert for later when I was going to talk about The Greatest Showman, and then we never talked about Hughbert. So The Greatest Showman is pretty good. We'll talk about it more next time. I'm sorry, Hughbert. I love you. Please return my calls.
You played For Honor? I want to play that.
It's actually pretty fun.
Is
That's my review. It's
Chivalry's better.
I got for Christmas. And by the way, we're just speedrunning things, and I put stuff in here that isn't movies or TV, but just like because we're speedrunning things, I thought I'd get away with it.
It sounds like what you call your dad.
The Bassoon King. I got Rainn Wilson's book, the Bassoon King, for Christmas.
Bassoon King?
The bassoon.
What is a bassoon?
It's a type of musical instrument. I was gonna say magical instrument. Autobiography by Rainn Wilson, who plays Dwight on The Office. Haven't read it, but I read The Office chapters because I was.
Have you tried to play the baboon?
It offered some very nice insight into the show. I played also with my cousin, who, if you can tell, I
can tell you guys
he's
are
a gamer.
surrounded by ladies. Super Mario Odyssey.
I played Super Mario Odyssey. Have you played it?
No.
It's where one person plays as Mario, one person plays as his hat. I forced my
plays
cousin
Mario's
to play as
hat?
Mario's hat. Well, because the hat's alive. It was fun.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm a good cousin. It's a lot of fun. I love the Mario games. And speaking of which, I got
Super Mario 3D Land.
I got Super Mario 3D Land for myself.
Is that on the Wii, the
3DS? It's called 3D Land. What do you think? Numbnuts. Super Mario 64 is like one of my favorite games ever. So
Is that only for 64-year-olds?
shut up. It's also one of the only games I've ever played. So that was such a sad admission. So playing like another game that's very much in that style was a lot of fun. And also it really helped me get through Inhumans, which I had to sit through, which we'll get to in a second. But yeah, it's great. The levels are super creative, like all the designs and stuff. It's not too easy, but it's like it's kind of. I mean, it is for.
Oh,
It is for children.
Can I hit myself up on my own Steam profile?
No.
All right. Its name, I'm not kidding, is Brenton Thwaites.
See, this is a sign that we've had this inside joke before we brought it out to the pod.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, but hit me up at Brenton Thwaites on Steam. You'll actually find me there. It's a picture of shirtless Thwaites jumping. Again, I'm not joking.
I wish he was. Anyway, Super Mario 3D Land. It's bloody great, mate.
Now you almost watch porn on an airplane.
Probably something worse in actuality. This is not anything, but I was on the plane. It's like a 15-hour flight, and I was like, I could watch XXX3: The Return of Vin Diesel looking like an egg.
I feel like it's called Return of Vin Diesel.
But I was like, I would hate myself so much, so I didn't. You know what? I don't know if I wrote this down, but I want to bring this up real quick. It's kind of similar situation. Last night, I was on Netflix because I was really, really bored, and I couldn't sleep, and I was like,
Search up Vin Diesel.
God, no. And I saw they just added on Danish Netflix the brothers Grimsby. You know that
Really?
one? Mark Strong and
I want to watch that.
Borat. And I
Borat?
and I remember on an episode of The Weekly Planet, they talked about there's one scene in it, and for our viewers under the age of 18, which is also us, you should probably skip ahead because this part is not appropriate. But it happens in the movie. It's not me making it up. So there's a scene where Borat and Mark Strong are in Africa, and they have to hide from some bad guys.
Can't be good.
And then there's nowhere to hide except an elephant's vagina. Silence.
So
they crawl into it, and then
is the elephant alive?
oh yeah, and then another elephant comes, a male elephant comes, and then has sex with it, and then it's like they have to help it ejaculate because otherwise they'll be stuck there for hours, and it's gonna break the elephant's genitals are gonna break Mark Strong's neck, and that's the worst sentence I've ever said in my life. And then in the most over the top fashion, it finishes all over Mark Strong. and I swear this is all true. And then another elephant comes, literally, and somehow, like, for no explanation, Borat's pants fall, and then it starts like poking him in the butt, and then it cuts to like a shot outside, and there are like 50 more elephants lined up. And that just cuts away. And I was like, I'm not going to watch this movie, but I am going to find that one scene because I've heard about it for so long. I need to see it for myself. And I did, and it is horrific.
Oh my God.
But I'm kind of tempted to watch the rest of the movie now because if the whole movie's like that, I'm kind of interested. So welcome back to our viewers who are under 18. I hope you enjoyed that little break. Okay, I realize we do not have enough time to just like slowly meander through all these. And we do not have enough time for more sidetracks like Mark Strong getting boned by an elephant. So
Wait,
we're gonna move
I'll
it.
read up some from my list.
Okay, hell yeah.
Anyways, I watched The Firm right after Top Gun, so double cruise. You ever heard of The Firm?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, moving on. I watched
10 out of 10.
I watched the show The 100.
I've heard of that.
I watched the first season a long time ago. Thought it was pretty good. Started the second season. It didn't start off very good. I started again. I watched 2 episodes, and now I'm done. I also watched, I started watching Atomic Blonde.
You mentioned that in every single one of the last 3 pods, because we recorded on the day you were going to watch it.
Oh, well, I don't like it. I watched 10 minutes and I stopped.
Did you see the epic action scene on the stairs?
No, I searched it up later on YouTube.
You son of a bitch.
Get out of my office. And I watched Baby Driver again.
Good.
Back to... Enough about me.
I'm going to skip some of these, because they're...
Yeah, skip Cars 3.
No, we're doing Cars 3.
I hate that movie.
Have you seen it?
No.
I watched it on a plane, and you know what? I actually liked it.
Well, I actually don't like you.
I was expecting to hate it, but I was like, you know what? How much worse can it be than Despicable Me 3? Watched it, liked it a lot more than Despicable Me 3. It's nothing amazing. It's not like Pixar's best or anything, but it was fun. It was better than 2. It took them in like the characters in a mildly interesting direction. Like Lightning McQueen is like, it has a weird theme for a kids movie of dealing with like being old and like not being able
dying.
to perform. Yeah, and like having to retire, which is weird for a kids film. But like, and again, of all the people on the planet, I'm the least invested in the Cars franchise. But like, like,
actually, I'm very invested because I hate it so much.
But I was like, that's kind of nice. It has a nice ending. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fine.
Was this the last Cars?
Yes, probably.
Thank the Lords.
I've been watching Crash Course on YouTube. You
What's
know, the
Crash
Hank Green,
Course?
John Green, like educational stuff. It's great.
I love one of them.
I love the good one because we have, we're 2 strapping young lads who have exams coming up. So if you have like exams and that kind of stuff coming up and you're kind of at our age and at our intellect level, let's talk about Marky Mark for a minute. It's great. It's perfect. It's really, really helpful for revising. I would highly recommend it. Like for something that's actually useful, not just Mark Strong. I rewatched Spider-Man Homecoming. It's still amazing. I really love it. I started watching Easy A, and then I thought, what am I doing?
Is that with Emma Stone?
It's Emma Stone where she pretends to lose her virginity, and I realized I've already watched it, so why am I watching it again?
Isn't it
it's
about
fine.
her like f***ing a teacher?
No, we'll get to that.
Intellectuals such as ourselves.
I watched instead of Easy A because I was in the mood for watching some like kind of okay comedy. I watched Bad Teacher, just like something you don't have to think about, and oh my god, is it terrible?
Is that
It's Cameron
no.
Diaz,
Oh no,
Justin Timberlake, and some other guy, and Jason
Oh!
Segel.
Where
It's so
Timberlake dry humps her.
Oh my god, it's
I've
awful.
seen that.
I don't think I laughed. I think I laughed maybe once, and
That was not a Timberlake ejaculating in his pants.
I screamed at that. Very not funny, and also I'll be honest, I was watching kind of like out of the corner of my eye. I was working on something else, but
I don't like Cameron Diaz.
I'm fine with her. Like, also the character you're supposed to be rooting for is so like I get that's the point at the start. Like she's so unlikable, but she doesn't. Like, again, I was watching out of the corner of my eye. Maybe there was something amazing that happened, but she doesn't really get redeemed. Like, by the end, I was like, you're still kind of an asshole. Like,
Doesn't she like get with the gym guy?
yeah, the Jason Segel, which, by the way, terrible romance. You don't believe that at all. Like, they interact like 3 times. It's like the most forced thing. Why am I getting so angry about
Bad
Segel?
teacher.
There was one more thing. Oh yeah, again, maybe I missed something poignant, but at the end, spoilers, if you care, which you don't. There's a thing where like. By the way, the whole point of the movie is her wanting to get like breast implants. So that's just a great character arc.
Oh yeah,
already.
I remember that.
But at the end, the cops arrest the teacher that like her rival teacher for having drugs which belong to Cameron Diaz. And I probably missed something, but I was like, it's pretty terrible, right? Like they played off like, oh, she finally got revenge on that teacher who was like too nice and really mean to her. It's like she planted drugs in her.
Yeah, now she's in jail.
Yeah, that seems pretty.
Kind of a person, Cameron.
Anyway.
Now, Inhumans.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
Is it?
But I don't want to talk about it because I'm making a review, so stay tuned for that. But
give me a spice. What about Ramsey?
Ramsey's okay. Black Bolt I actually quite like. Also because he can't talk, so he has to like constantly do facial expressions. They were quite amusing. Like he has to like always look like like that, and it's actually quite good. Everyone else is terrible. No, they're not terrible. A lot of the acting ranges from okay to like really, really bad. I don't want to call anyone out, but the girl with the yellow dress, not a great actress.
A little bit of a Cara Scalario.
And the action's terrible. It's a bizarre story for like characters that are so like have like a base on the moon and have superpowers, and you send them to Hawaii to like blend in with humans for 8 episodes. It's such a weird direct like you could do so much with this, and you send them to Hawaii.
The shittiest state of them all.
And there's like weird Hawaiian pride stuff where it's like there's throughout all of it the Hawaiian people are like, we're Hawaiian, we stick with each. I'm assuming some producer is Hawaiian there and he wanted to get that in there. It was like it felt very much like a commercial for Hawaii at
Rock
points.
standing there.
Is he from Hawaii?
I think so.
It's just Obama standing there. Anyway, terrible. But with some okay moments. I'll talk about it later.
Yeah, speaking of terrible, Dave Chapelle.
I watched the new Dave Chapelle Netflix special. It's great, really funny. Kingsman 1 and 2 extras. I just want to mention this. I got the Kingsman 1 and Kingsman 2 on iTunes, and I watched like the bonus like behind the scenes features. And yes, I do have a social life. Before you ask. And,
yes, I do like Mario 3D.
And I realize this is just after me really, really just shitting all over Inhumans and Bad Teacher. But it did kind of make me feel like, give me some perspective on like, maybe, you know, this is why I try not to be, at least on my YouTube channel. On the podcast, I'd say more than I should. But on my YouTube channel, I try not to like really just hate on something, because you see in the behind the scenes
stuff.
stuff.
I'm a lovable guy.
Like in Kingsman 2, a lot of effort went into that. Even though I had a lot of problems with it, I felt like, like all the things like all the stuff I've said, like they put so much, and this is true for every movie, so it's not really fair, but just because I love the Kingsman series in general. So I don't know, it's interesting to look at, like, for movies that you love if you have the time. Which I do.
But do you technically love the Kingsman series if you only liked one of the movies?
I liked both, but I just liked one a lot more than the other.
I watched Shooter, the series, not the movie with Marky Mark.
I thought we already talked about this.
No.
That was the series.
You must be mistaken. It's pretty good. I watched like 5 episodes. I got bored.
Why would you watch American Made again? What could you have possibly missed the first time around?
Star Wars we already talked about. My dad was like, I want to watch a Tom Cruise movie. So it's like, you know what? I got you, boy.
Why would he ever say that?
I don't know. He's weird. He's got problems, bro.
He's divorced.
But it's great. Once again, it's great. Now, a movie I really like. Leon the Professional. Have you seen... Well, this is a horrible, horrible way to describe the actor. But in Family Retreat, right? With Vince Vaughn. He's Monsieur Marcel, who runs the Eden Resort. Anyways, in this...
Why is your only frame of reference for like talented actors are either Vince Vaughn or Adam Sandler movies?
I don't know. I've watched it very in depth. Okay. Anyways, Jason Bateman's in that movie.
I just imagine you on a Friday night, just your face pressed against the screen, showing every frame. What is it called? Family Retreat?
Actually, Couples Retreat.
Okay.
I fucked it up. I'm the professional. It's got young Thor's girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh, I've seen.
Right? It's so good. Like, and the beginning of the movie is like really, really. It's kind of scary.
It's directed by Luc Besson. Get on my flunge there.
Monsieur Marcel.
Luc Besson, who did Lucy and a Valerian.
Sure.
Shut the fuck up.
It starts with Leon killing a bunch of... He's like an assassin, right? And then, You're
gonna take us through the entire plot.
Can I spoil it?
Yes. Go.
What's her... Natalie Portman, right?
Yeah.
Young girl.
Isn't she a stripper?
Alright, she's 12 in the movie.
Wait.
No, she's not.
That's another movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Whoops.
Her family gets killed by... Gary Oldman's in it. So he takes a pill and he goes like insane. He goes... You can imagine. Watch it, it's great.
Well, speaking of Oldman, we can skip right to the Oldman.
Wait. I got one more.
Damn it.
I watched Bright.
And there's no Oldman connection. Get out.
With the Smith and...
the Edgerton?
The Edgerton.
I've heard it's bad.
It's something.
Does he call him Shrek at one point?
I don't remember.
So is it like racial commentary, but it's not
Yeah,
subtle
it's like,
at all?
you would trust an orc? It's like, elves are like these snobby fools. But it's... Anyways, go on.
Back to Oldman. I saw Darkest Hour the other day, which is Oldman in his award-winning performance as Winston Churchill. You've got Oldman as Churchill. You've got a Deborah from Baby Driver as his typewriter woman. And then you have the sneakiest Stannis Baratheon as some political douchebag.
Why?
Who constantly has like a double-chin frog face. Like the entire movie, he's just like... That translates well to the podcast medium.
You can't see it, but BHL just turned his face inside out.
It's pretty good. It's a little slow and it's kind of by the numbers at points. I mean, I guess.
And I hate Gary Oldman. Better than
well,
that.
he beat his wife, didn't he?
Did he?
I think so. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty solid. And some of the directing, like cinematography, was actually quite interesting. Like the use of how they move the camera, and he has a rousing speech. The Winston Churchill classic speech. That's pretty good. And Oldman's obviously fantastic. If he beat his wife, then I'm sorry about that. I might be thinking of something else. If he didn't, I'm also sorry. But it's pretty good. Then there's Runaways, which is another Marvel show, which I'm doing a review on. Pretty good. Solid. Brothers Grimsby elephant scene. 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. I'm actually making like an Oscar movie recap video, so I'll talk about this.
I'm actually making an Oscar movie.
It's called 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. But I'll just say, fantastic.
Is it?
I
thought it was
excellent.
like some boring political movie.
No, let me tell you.
I don't spoil it though.
No. You got Frances McDormand as the main lead, who's great. You don't know her, but then you have a Sam Rockwell.
Wait.
You love him.
Mr. Right. Sorry.
Yeah, you have Mr. Right. You have the creepy brother from Get Out.
Oh.
And then you have, to top it all off, in an actually really good performance, a Woody.
Harrelson. You could be the Harrelson.
And everyone's great.
Why are you saying surprising? He's always
and also
great.
a Dinklage.
I don't want to watch this movie.
It's the performances, the characters, it's an incredibly dark comedy. Like it's about a really, really dark subject matter, but it's also really, really funny. It's actually, surprisingly, to me at least, had like 1 or 2 really emotional moments that I was not expecting. Absolutely recommend it. It's one of the best films of 2017. I saw Downsizing.
Now for the best movie.
Oh my god. Okay. I know we weren't supposed to dilly-dally on some of this stuff, but some of the news we can just go over really quick, alright? Downsizing. So, I was like, I saw this on some garbage top 10 list, I now realize, of best films of the year. It was one of the first ones that came out, and we talked about it in the pod.
Yeah.
The National Board of Review. And Downsizing was on. I was like, I have no idea what that is. And then I saw it's it's Matt Damon. I saw a trailer for it in the cinema, and I was like, okay, I guess it's like an Oscar movie. I guess it doesn't look like it, but I guess it's one of the best films of the year. Went and saw it, realized as I was going into the cinema, it has 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I was like, oh, should we change the tickets and see Jumanji? And my friend was like, no, let's just have faith in Damon.
Okay.
And then we had faith in Damon. And then
you only came out with faith in Kristoff.
the first 20 minutes or so, pretty solid, interesting premise. Yeah, it's a really interesting premise, and Damon's pretty good. Then the rest of the movie is one of the most boring experiences I've ever had in cinema, which is, it's weird that this like nothing movie, like technically it's great, it's quite well directed, and like special effects wise it's pretty good. Christoph Waltz is actually like the saving grace of the movie. He's hilarious, he's very funny, he's charismatic. He plays.
He's hilarious and he's very funny.
Shut up,
guys.
He plays Dushan or Dushan.
Dushan.
I think he's Serbian or something. Anyway, he's great. But the movie, at a point where Matt Damon meets this Vietnamese housekeeper woman, it gets so boring. Like, the thing is with bad movies, like when I'm sitting there and I'm watching The Mummy or Jack Reacher 2 or Now You See Me 2 or whatever.
At least you can make fun of it.
At least I'm entertained, yeah. Or even when it's like a nothing movie, when it's like not a terrible movie, not a great movie, just like a whatever movie.
A Spectre.
Even when it's a Spectre, there's stuff there to like whatever. This, it's well made and everything, and it's like well directed, but I was bored out of my mind. I was like, and which is weird because this doesn't really like slow movies don't like. I saw Darkest Hour, which is a very slow movie. I thought it was pretty good, but like this, it's just like Matt Damon going around tiny slums and then like going on a boat.
Well, didn't you say Kristoff had a good scene?
Kristoff has a pretty good scene, but it goes way downhill. It's not funny. It starts off decently funny. Kristen Wiig is in it for about 2 seconds. Jason Sudeikis is in it for about 2 seconds.
I love Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, but he's not. It's like on the posters. I was like, with Jason Sudeikis, he's barely in it. And
I can tell this is a epic trauma for you.
it was so boring. And like, so yeah, that's don't see Downsizing.
All right, my last 3 ones before we go on.
Yes.
Vikings continuing on the 5th season. Oh my God, is it good? Is it amazing? Is it spectacular? Yes, it is. It's hilarious and really funny. It's not.
It's a real Dushan in that one.
It's a real Dushan. And like some of the actors are Danish. Bada bim, bada boom. Great. Just great. And True Grit, very good. You know? With
the Haley?
With the Haley. And the Forspoken Damon. The aforementioned.
Like, I like Damon, but
yeah, he plays a weird abusive Texas Ranger in it, where he spanks Haley. Who's the guy?
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges. He like threatens.
Were you
Damon.
gonna say the guy from R.I.P.D.?
No.
You're gonna pass.
Yeah, Damon's fine. There's the guy who plays Thanos.
Brolin.
My boy Brolin. They see him Brolin.
No.
But that's actually a really good movie.
We also saw.
No, I got more.
Okay,
fine. We'll talk about I, Tonya.
No. We talk about yours first. We have to.
I watched Elementary.
Okay, we want to talk about yours.
It's so good. I love
All
John
right,
Lee Miller.
back to I, Tonya. We saw that together.
Unfortunately,
it's pretty great. I would say.
I don't like Margot's hair though. It's
Well,
too.
She's supposed to look
It's
like that.
too much.
Right,
I'm
fair
telling
enough.
you.
You know who was
perfect.
great though?
Oh, Jeff.
Sebastian Stan really surprised me because like I think he's pretty good as Bucky, but like he's never done anything that's like it's blown me away.
Although we haven't seen Logan Lucky yet.
True, I forgot he was in that. But he's fantastic in it. Like he totally should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actor. So yeah, he's great. I don't want to call him the fat guy, but I don't remember his name. And also they refer to him as the fat guy, so like the fat guy, he's pretty okay. It feels a little longer than it actually is, but it's good.
That's what you say to all the ladies.
Wow, real highbrow humor here on the Poorly Planned podcast. It's good. It's kind of Scorsese-esque a little bit, where like they're talking to the camera, that kind of thing. A little Wolf of Wall Street.
And the Spice of the Wolf.
And all the performances are great. One thing I would say, the ice skating looks really fake.
Does it?
Some of it, not always, but like sometimes like that looks like a green screen. So yeah, it's pretty solid. Okay, now we are going to speed round the news so hard. Are you ready for this?
All right.
Okay, and this is really old news. We're Jurassic World 2 trailer. Did you see it?
I did.
Did you like it?
I did.
Really?
No.
Me neither.
It looks really bad.
It looks
Pratt, what are you doing? Why aren't they together anymore?
Why is that what you care about? I just think it looks like it looks like Fast and Furious and Jurassic World mixed together, and that's not a good thing. And like one of the bad Fast and Furious movies. Hopefully it's good. The trailer didn't look great. Animated Spider-Man trailer. It's called Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Looks really, really cool.
Multiple Spider-Man?
Yeah, it looks...
Yeah, I don't like that. What's the next one? Oh, yeah. Oh.
Jon Hamm wanted to be Batman, but that's probably not going to happen now.
Damn it.
That was a long time ago. A bunch of people got accused of sexual misconduct.
James Franco?
Stan Lee. And remember, these are just allegations, but also some of them are quite credible. So we're not gonna...
Is James Franco's credible?
We are not going to judge whether they're credible. I'm just letting people know that these have happened. Stan Lee was accused. T.J. Miller.
I can see.
Which was really unfortunate because in one of the pre-recorded pods, we mentioned that there's a sneaky TJ in there. Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
But he's all over the Ant-Man 2 trailer.
He's all over us.
He's right here in the room. He's all over the Ant-Man 2 trailer, so I feel like maybe...
Those have been debunked?
Maybe, I don't know. Again, I'm not saying that because I haven't looked it up.
Now...
James Franco.
Is this anything serious?
Well...
Because I love my boy James.
Well, I'm sorry to crush your dreams, but... He won the Golden Globe, and then as soon as he won the Golden Globe, everyone was like, "You hypocrite! You did this to me and did this." And then he went on Colbert. He was like, "I don't remember any of that happening."
He hit on Colbert.
Then he sexually misconducted all over Colbert. And then he was like, "We shouldn't joke about this." And then he's like, "I don't remember anything like that happening." Colbert was like, "Good for you." And then like a lot more came out. And then he didn't get nominated for the Oscar, which like everyone thought was kind of like his birthright. And so he's been shunned from the community. There probably were more than this, but these are just the ones I wrote down. Aziz Ansari.
It sounds like you're saying Aziz, I'm sorry.
Aziz Ansari. Aziz Ansari was accused of... Yeah. So, let's not go into that. Teen Titans movie. It's called... the show's called Teen Titans Go, so the movie's called Teen Titans Go to the Movies. There's a trailer for it. It started okay. I was like...
That's so bad.
Yeah, well, the trailer started okay. They were like... making fun of all, doing a real Deadpool meta thing. Like, oh, if Aquaman can have his own movie, why can't we have our own movie?
Okay.
Very good. And then it ends with, like, a 20-second fort joke. So,
okay.
So I'm not very excited. Kenneth Branagh, our boy Poirot, is directing an Artemis Fowl movie, and the cast was announced. Now, I grew up reading the Artemis Fowl books, so I have somewhat investment.
Artemis Fowl?
He's like, again, this was a long time ago, but he's like a genius kid, and he has a bodyguard called Butler, and he's also a millionaire. Not Butler, the genius kid. His bodyguard's not a millionaire. He finds like a world of fairies and pixies and stuff, but it's like super high tech. And then he goes on adventures with this like pixie fairy cop. They're very good books. I love them. I haven't read them in a while though. So for Dia, Shaw's gonna be Artemis. Don't know anything about that. Then we have Josh Gad. Is gonna be, I believe, a dwarf character.
As Mulch Dickens.
Josh Gad is Mulch Diggums. Judi Dench is going to be the steely leader, Commander Root, which I can totally see. Laura McDonnell is going to be Holly Short. Nonzo Anozie as Butler.
As the millionaire.
So that's all. That's pretty good. I'm looking forward to that. Disney Fox deal, we don't have to talk about that. That happened a long time ago. The Razzie nominations came out. You see this? You know what the Razzies are? Yeah, you know
Fuck off. I make Razzie jokes.
The Funky Bunch got nominated for Worst Actor. Also, Cruise, Depp, Jamie Dornan, Zac Efron, Transformers, Mummy, Emoji Movie, Baywatch, 50 Shades, Dakota. Yeah, the expected. It's not very exciting. But there were also the Oscar nominations. Well, okay, let's go. We can spend a little bit of time on this. Let's do some YouTube. I think Beyond the Trailer does this, where she does who do you think should win, who do you think will win. So let's play a little fun game.
Yeah, okay.
Move a little towards the mic. So, Best Picture. Who do you think will win? Who do you think should win?
Let me see.
I'm gonna put my predictions up on Instagram.
Well, I haven't
Twitter,
seen most of these.
Well, you've seen Get Out.
Yeah. Is there any other one I've seen?
You see Dunkirk?
Nope.
Well, okay.
Well, then I'm gonna say Get Out.
I think Get Out should win, but I'm gonna say, or Three Billboards actually, and I think Three Billboards probably will win. Okay. Or The Shape of Water. That's been getting a lot of stuff, but I don't think. Like, The Post is just like, come on. It's like Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, what's her name? Meryl Streep. It's like, yeah, of course it's going to nominate. Best Actor. I mean, Daniel Kaluuya in Get Out was great.
I don't think he'll win, though.
No. Gary Oldman will win, unless this wife-beating thing really did happen. And honestly, I think he should win, because he's really fantastic. Best Actress. I think Frances McDormand will win. I think she should win.
I think Margot should win, because it's the only movie I've seen.
Yeah, keep in mind, I haven't seen Shape of Water, The Post, or Lady Bird. Supporting actress, it doesn't really matter. Allison Janney, Tonya. She's been like cleaning up all of them. Sam Rockwell should win.
Woody!
Sam Rockwell should win Best Supporting Actor.
You're stressing a little bit.
Best Director.
Jordan Peele!
Jordan Peele should win. Also, Christopher Nolan, first time getting nominated for Best Director. I think he should win just like as a kind of legacy Oscar, like he's been doing this for so long. But probably Guillermo. Guillermo's going to win. Original Screenplay, Big Sick should win, and probably Get Out will. And that's pretty much all we need to do. Also, cinematography, Blade Runner. And Logan got nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. Sorry about this.
It's okay. I'm just sitting here in awe of how he can talk that fast and make so little sense.
Logan should win Best Adapted Screenplay because it's the only thing it was nominated for. Now, this is not news, but I just wanted to mention this as like just a thing to talk about real quick. So, did you see Jordan Peele? He made a joke of how, I think on Colbert of all people, he made the joke. You know how in Get Out there's the line, like famous line, I would have voted for Obama 3 times if I could have. Yeah. Like kind of the white person trying to seem not racist, but it's like so over the top that it ends up kind of being uncomfortable. So he's saying the new version of that is I've seen Get Out 3 times, which I went back and listened. You've actually said those exact words on this podcast. Get out, you racist. But I just wanted to say, damn it, I'm too good at this. I just wanted to say, we talked about this a while back, but a thing happened with Rick and Morty where it's a really great, funny, and like jokes aside, it's smarter than most of the typical
Albert Einstein.
Like it's smarter than Family Guy or The Simpsons, that kind of stuff. But because now
Homer's intelligent.
But now because the joke is like only people who think they're geniuses watch it. When you say like, oh yeah, I love Rick and Morty, then instantly there's this like stigma around it. And I think a similar thing might happen with Get Out, where now if I say I love Get Out, people will be like, oh, it's just because you're white. You want to seem like hip and cool. So hey, Get Out's great. And am I a racist?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn it. Moving on. Steven Spielberg is doing a West Side Story remake.
A West Side Story.
Who cares? It's fine. Good. Do you want to talk about the Logan Paul thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I support the man.
What a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well, now he's donated $100 million.
100,000.
No, $1 million. Sorry.
Yeah, it's such old news now, though. Do we have to? Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Everything that could be said about it has been said. What a dumbass.
Avengers 4. We don't even have
photos.
3. No one cares.
Yeah, but I made a new video about it, which you didn't see probably.
Hashtag shunned.
It's we're not gonna talk about it because I don't want to spoil anything. But if you want to see them, I made a video about them. Go check them out. It's actually quite interesting stuff. There's a Black Widow movie coming from. Who is it? You excited?
Sure.
Okay, good. New DCEU chairman. Fine.
Why have you received a Spider-Man villain nude? The Venom pick.
We've gotten a Venom pick. I just included this because it's kind of hilarious. Because they were like, look, it's the first image of Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. It's literally a picture of Tom Hardy just standing. Like, it's so ridiculous. I have to show you. This. They're like, look, exclusive first look at Tom Hardy as Venom. It's just him doing like a splitting motion on a notebook.
No, dude, he's doing the piece.
Also, Tom Holland might be in Venom, so maybe that would connect it. I don't know.
But then there's too many Toms, and then I'll get confused.
I'll just start screaming in the cinema.
What does it all mean?
I feel like we've been talking way too fast.
I was gonna say Gambit loses another finger. For some reason.
Just Tatum's cutting them off. I'm sorry if we've been talking really way too fast. It's just we're really excited about all this amazing news. Like Gambit losing another director. Gambit lost another director. It was Gore Verbinski this time, who directed the first 3 Pirates movies.
I love that guy.
He's gone. It's like the 5th director to leave. It's never gonna happen. I'm gonna put my foot down. Sorry, Tatum. Baby Driver 2 is probably happening.
Why?
Because
why ever?
I don't know. I honestly, even though it's like one of, if not my favorite movie ever, I don't want to see a sequel. Like, it ended perfectly, and his arc is done. Like, where
it's just him as a 40-year-old. Get in, Debbie.
I'd watch that.
Him in his wheelchair.
Deadpool 2, because of the whole Disney Fox thing. Deadpool 2 was moved up from June to May 18th.
Very good.
Which now means
or is it down?
That's a philosophical question right there.
That is a paradox.
Which now means it's going to be Avengers Infinity War 1 week, Deadpool 2 next week, Han Solo movie next week. So May is going to be terrible. Also, because we have exams. How am I going to make that YouTube money if I'm too busy studying? New Mutants was moved from April to February next year, so it was moved an entire year away. you're gonna have to wait an entire year to see that sweet Macy.
No.
Sorry about that. And Gambit was moved from February 2019 to June 2019, but probably never.
Lol.
Tomb Raider trailer. There was a new one. It had a little more of your boy.
Assis?
no Aziz. What's his name? Django. Billy Crash. It has a little more of your boy Billy Crash. Who's also an Ant-Man 2, by the way.
Why?
Your boy Walton Goggins, who has the worst name in Hollywood. Walton Goggins. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? We're going to call him Billy Crash.
Sounds like discount Crocs. What are you wearing, my Walton Goggins?
It looks bad. I don't think it's going to be good. Hey, hopefully I'll be surprised. The Fantastic Beasts sequel is taking place in Paris, mostly. And they revealed the French word.
Sorry, I just saw. Non-magique.
And they revealed the French word for... So the British word is muggle. The American word is nomage. And in French, it's called non-magique. Is it me, or are these names getting so much less creative as they go?
Why are they called muggles?
Because muggles, like, at least it's like a different word that, like, you think, like, oh, that could probably mean something. No-mage and non-magique is just no magic. It's why? Tim Miller's directing a Kitty Pryde movie.
Who's Kitty Pryde?
I think she's Ellen Page in the X-Men movies, who can, like, go through walls. And Tim Miller directed Deadpool. Sounds pretty good.
And Tim Miller is T.J. Miller's brother.
It's T.J. Miller's son. Vin Diesel was the highest grossing actor of 2017.
Why ever?
Because he starred in
Triple X.
That's it. So this doesn't mean he's the most paid. That's
Was
Marky
Triple
Mark.
X this year?
No, that was 2017.
Yeah, but really?
There was Triple X in January. There was Fast and Fate of the Furious, which made like over $1 billion. And then technically he was in Guardians 2 as Groot. So that all adds up to him being the highest grossing. Good for you, Vin. Leonardo DiCaprio is probably going to be in the new Tarantino movie.
I like that.
Good. We'll get to that later.
When's the new Tarantino movie coming out?
Next year, I think. Very nice.
Very spice.
It could have Tom Cruise. Could have Margot. It's pretty good.
Oh, I'd want to see that.
Some Cruise on Margot action, or some Margot on Cruise action.
Or some Cruise on
DiCaprio action. It'd be like the bear scene from the Revenant, just with Cruise. There were some Captain Marvel set pics of her new costume, and it's not great, but it's this blue outfit that people are saying is probably like her pre-Captain, because it looks nothing like the Captain Marvel outfit.
Okay.
So people are saying it's like the pre-Captain Marvel outfit. You know, like Iron Man had his like version 1 suit. Mm-hmm. It does look kind of Power Rangers-y, I'll be honest, but it'll probably look better in film. Also, if you look at like set photos from like Age of Ultron is like this duffel bag with like a robot head. So, and I'm sure they can tweak it later, so I'm sure it's fine. New Wreck-It Ralph 2 pick doesn't really matter.
Why is Wreck-It Ralph 2 happening?
Because he has to break the internet. That's the title.
Is it?
Ralph breaks the internet,
What?
yeah.
Because he has to break the internet.
Tom Hanks is going to play Mr. Rogers in a Mr. Rogers biopic.
Who's Mr. Rogers?
What?
Maybe. I don't know.
Mr. Rogers was part of my and almost every American child's childhood.
Well, that helps me.
He had this show where it's like him and you must, at some point, he has an epic rap battle of history about him. That's how you know him.
He's like describing this horribly.
Yeah, that's the worst, right?
Every American child knows him, and he has a rap battle. You know what? I got it.
He had this show where like he has like his house and he goes to.
He has his house.
How do you even describe it? It's a kid's show, and he's like, "Won't you be my neighbor?" And he teaches you like how to tie your shoes, and then he goes to make believe land on like the magical train. They're like magical puppets and stuff, and there's a king. It's amazing. I have so much nostalgia for it. And sometimes he goes to like a factory and teaches you how to work there or something. Teaches you the ways of communism. I don't know. I love Mr. Rogers. And Tom Hanks, he doesn't look a lot like him.
Mr. Rogers a cartoon?
No. Mr. Rogers is a real guy. If I show you like a
He's
picture
my real
of him,
buddy.
if I show you a picture of him, you'll know him. But sure, Tom Hanks is very likable. Sure, fine.
You just don't believe what you just said.
I hate Tom Hanks. Spider-Man Homecoming writers are going to direct the Flash movie, but probably not if we're looking at the track record of Flash directors, because they've all dropped off.
You can't see, but Hudson's dabbing.
Hudson's dabbing all over the Flash movie. That's okay. They also wrote Vacation with Ed Helms.
So you sound so disappointed.
They just take that into account. Pacific Rim 2 trailer. There was another one. Looks pretty good.
The Golden Globes.
Did you watch them?
No.
I watched some of them.
James Franco won?
Yeah.
Who else won?
Seth Meyers hosted.
You showed me the whole thing with Daniel
Kaluuya,
Kaluuya.
where Daniel Kaluuya, who seems like a very charming guy in real life, by the way, he.
I would have voted for Obama a third time.
Seth Meyers made like a joke and just pans to Kaluuya, and he's just so unamused. He just looks so unhappy with the joke. And yeah, but Amy Poehler did a thing with Seth Meyers that was pretty okay. I didn't watch it.
I like the guy from
Oprah did some stuff.
I like the guy from Pitch Perfect.
Oh, Walton Goggins. Sorry. Sorry.
You know the guy?
There are a lot of guys. Oh, you mean the? I don't want to say the fat one.
Yeah. But yeah, the fat leader.
He's not fat.
He's big boned. Didn't he do something where he's like danced around and
I don't.
with Josh Gad?
What? I would have seen that. Crocodile Dundee 4 is.
I love Crocodile Dundee.
So here's the thing. This came out where it was a teaser trailer where it's Danny McBride and he has a knife and he's like, "That's not a knife. This is a knife." It's like,
Who's
okay.
Danny McBride.
He's like a funny comedian guy. And then I was like, this looks so unbelievably terrible. There's no way this is real. And then more and more stuff keeps rolling out. Suck it, Danny. I went up to Danny McBride's face and just told him that.
You can't exist.
You are so ugly. I'm sorry,
What
Danny
are you
McBride.
doing?
He's very
Danny,
handsome.
what happened, my boy?
And then more and more stuff came out, and it became very apparent this is a fake thing where it's like an Australian marketing thing, I think they're going to unveil at the Super Bowl. So, like, more trailers came out. There's a Hughbert in it. There's a Crow in it. There's a Margot in it. Every Australian person you can think of. And it's like some Australian marketing. Jim?
Jem.
Who's Jem? Oh, yeah, she's right on the poster. Yeah, so who cares? I don't. But, you know, it's fun to see Hughbert. Oh, and Chris Hemsworth. Why is this here? Let's talk about that. There's a new George trailer.
George.
Sounds nothing like The Rock. There's a new trailer for Rampage.
I thought the movie was actually called George for a second.
No. So, it looks just as terrible. I mean, the first line, I believe, is, "George is the only friend I ever had," from The Rock, or something like that.
George himself.
And then at one point, the wolf flies, and The Rock's like, "Of course, the wolf has wings." It's very good.
The wolf has wings?
Yeah, I don't know why. It looks terrible, but I kind of want to see it because it's George. It looks so terrible that it might be it might be really funny. There's a new John Wick TV show coming to us from Stars.
How's that going to work?
So David Leitch, who directed the second film and co-directed the first film, is directing the first episode. Keanu Reeves is going to be executive producer. It's going to be called The Continental.
Ooh, I like that.
And it's going to be on Stars, which I looked it up to see like if it's going to have like the violence. Stars made Black Sails.
So it is going to have the violence.
I suppose. I mean, the one episode of Black Sails I saw had Blackbeard, which is all I remember about it. So what do you think of that? I think that's pretty good.
When's that coming out?
I think next year. It's and also next year is John Wick 3. So we're really getting into the John Wickiverse. I'll never say that again. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry if I've been sniffling this whole time. It's January.
It's all coke.
Yeah, it's just this massive pile of cocaine I have here. Sorry about that. And finally, actually not finally, but penultimately, the Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer. That didn't come out right. The Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer. What do you think?
I just saw it like an hour ago. Just kind of like breezed over it.
Too cool for school.
I don't know.
Looks pretty fun.
I like the fact that I like the great the Rudd quote where he's like, "You gave her wings."
That's a good Rudd impression. Hey, the joke at the end, unlike the joke at the end of the first Ant-Man trailer, like the one for the first movie, which I thought was like one of the worst trailers ever, this one actually worked and was kind of funny.
What was the joke at the end?
Well, okay, the first Ant-Man teaser trailer, I just gotta rant about this for a second. It's the part where Michael Douglas is like talking like, "You need to be a hero to save your daughter, Paul." And then Paul Rudd is like...
Very good, Michael.
And Paul Rudd, like, he just pans over to Paul Rudd and there's like a beat and he just goes, "Huh." And like, that's it. And I was like, it made me cringe internally. So anyway, this one was actually kind of funny. We see a little bit of a Pena kind of in there. I was kind of hoping this whole trailer would just be, you know, Michael Pena's like stories from Ant-Man, where he tells it and then it goes like through the people.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping the trailer would like play off that somehow. Yeah, what do you think of like the Wasp suit?
It looked pretty cool.
I mean, in action with the knife thing, that's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And she folds out her wings. Yeah.
It's it looks fun. It doesn't. It's gonna be a fun movie. I don't think it's gonna be anything like Black Panther, Infinity War. Like, it's just like it's a fun little
Fun little.
This sounds so condescending, but like it's like a little in between.
It's doing whatever it can.
Good for you, Rudd. Keep pretending you're a real actor. I love Paul Rudd. He's like one of the most charismatic guys.
He's in Friends.
Really? I watched the first episode yesterday.
He's in the last 2 seasons.
Shit. I like the new uses of the technology. Like there's a blown up Hot Wheels car.
There's Michael Douglas using his entire building as a suitcase.
There's that's a little questionable.
Yeah.
Like how does that work?
How does he have a handle?
So it looks like a lot of fun, right? Also, there's a new villain, the Ghost,
Oh.
who can like phase through matter and stuff. Oh, he goes giant. What do you think of that?
Well, isn't that a flashback?
No. Not this part, but like when he's at the bridge. Look at Douglas shrinking that belly.
Oh, look. Oh.
Douglas swaggering off. Also, by the way, the first time I watched this, I'm embarrassed to say, as a true Marvel fan, but I was very confused because I was like, why is he under house? Like, what did he do? Why is he on the run? And I was like, oh shit, he got broken out of prison from Captain America. Remember that?
Yeah, you not Marvel fan.
Yeah, I was like, Rudd, what did you do? So yeah, looks pretty good. Quite excited. Now, the long-awaited return of the Tom Cnews.
Dun, 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 dun.
Cutting that out. Well, actually, we have, in a way, we have a little Tom Cnews musical stinger that was sent to us.
Oh,
now,
no.
I want to, first of all, it was sent to us, bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com, the email. I want to apologize to Luke who sent this. Sorry this is so late, but I was planning on putting it in the last one we did before we pre-recorded, and I forgot. And then we went away for a while, and it was all pre-recorded stuff. But now we're back, and let me just play this for you real quick.
Oh.
So I love this especially because like the simplicity is beautiful because it also sounds exactly like something Tom Cruise would listen to. Like it's what I imagine goes through Tom Cruise's mind all the time. Right? That's great. So we should insert that every time we say, now it's time for the Tom Cruise. So that's great. Thank you so much, Luke, for that.
Sitting in his living room.
Just staring at the wall. So thank you very much, Luke, for that. That's awesome.
That's great.
So first of all, Tom Cruise got Instagram. What is
Fuck.
deleting the app now. Great. He was also on Graham Norton.
Oh, I saw that.
Where he talked about my favorite video on the internet, which is Tom Cruise slamming into a wall. Now, apparently, that was the stunt.
Yeah,
So
apparently.
that's kind of disappointing. He was supposed to slam into the wall. It wasn't just a cruise mishap, which kind of sucks, but...
I don't want to watch the movie anymore. Also,
hey.
Cavill's got such a woman's voice. Did you realize?
No.
It's like... Ah.
I did not realize. But Tom Cruise broke his foot, and they show the clip of him breaking the foot. And, you know, I enjoy that almost as much as him slamming into the wall. Any harm that comes to the cruise, I will enjoy. Also, the great headline, Tom Cruise teased Henry Cavill with the Superman theme song during MI6 filming.
Now, what does that mean?
So, every time Henry Cavill was running back to the spot to restart shoot, him and Peg would drive by in the car and sing the Superman theme song. It's pretty good. You can imagine him and Peg just
Him and Peg would be such
him and
buds.
Peg are bros.
I can imagine.
So that was pretty great. Then Mission Impossible got its latest title. It's going to be called Mission Impossible Fallout. It's going to be like all the stuff that happened in the last movies. They're going to get like repercussions for it, which I kind of thought was what Mission Impossible 5 was. Alec Baldwin was like, Tom Cruise, you destroyed a thing in Paris or something.
That's exactly what he said.
And there's going to be a trailer at the Super Bowl in a few days. Now, we are going to miss all the Super Bowl trailers because that's happening, I think, Saturday or Sunday. No, what am I doing? It's Super Bowl Sunday. But there's going to be like a Mission Impossible. There's going to be probably Han Solo. There's going to be an Incredibles 2 probably. Maybe an Avengers. Maybe a Deadpool. So yeah, that's very exciting. You excited for Mission Impossible 6?
I'm actually very excited.
Also, you know what? I saw him on Graham Norton. Cruise didn't seem like a total maniac like he always does.
Yeah.
He seemed like a normal human being, which I kind of liked. Okay, now we're going to get into the announcements and such for the week.
What is this first one?
Wait, let me...
What is the second one?
Sorry. So now we've done the news, we've done the stuff we watched. Now we do just little announcements and miscellaneous stuff and such. So let's get into it. Someone suggested we do a consistent segment based on our Michael Caine prediction. Your Michael Caine prediction, I'd like to point out, of guess who's going to die this week.
Okay, I like that, actually. Let's do that.
It's still Michael Caine. No, I suggest we don't do that.
No, I suggest we do.
Because that's very poor taste. And also, if the person actually does die, we will look like the biggest douchebags.
No, we'll look like psychics. Come on, I'll do it. I'm guessing that... Who's old? Judi Dench.
No.
Judi Dench will meet her maker.
No, we're not doing this. I'm really sorry. This is not okay. Sorry about that. Secondly, on the email, we got one of the greatest emails I've ever received.
One of the worst notes I've ever read. A sneaky gad
from the Derp Lord.
Derp Lord.
So by the way, if you want to send stuff to the Gmail, please do.
I like how it says the me.
So
a sneaky gad.
The Derp Lord on the Gmail sent us a sneaky gad, and he says, "This is a very sneaky gad. Don't let him get away." And then he attaches this image.
What the fuck?
So someone took the time to make that. So thank you very much, the Derp Lord, for this terrifying creation.
The Derp Lord, why?
What is this picture, though, of him? Like, if you took out the red eyes in the text.
Why does he have a bull neck?
Why are you Ferdinand, Gad?
Why has he got some serious gains?
Christmas, New Year's. Anything exciting happen? You do anything interesting? I went to San Francisco, so that probably beats everything you have.
I didn't do much. I went skiing afterwards, though.
Oh, yeah, how was that? You break something?
My heart.
But, did you get anything good for Christmas?
I got a drone. That beats anything you got.
I got the Bassoon King. I just want to say, I don't know if he listens to this, but shout out to Bailey Elliott on Twitter or the YouTube messages, I think it was Twitter, who made me a new channel banner. The old one's great. I just wanted to switch it up. They're both great. Thank you, Bailey, for that. Also,
does he drink Baileys?
I don't know what that means. Is that a type of beer?
I'm not a liquor man. I do not drink the alcohols.
I'm not a Dushan.
I don't get that.
No one should get it. I just want to say, if anyone is interested in making a channel banner for the podcast, because we don't have one, if you want to make that, that'd be amazing. Tweet it to me or send it to me. Not in the YouTube messages, I never check those. But tweet it to me. So that'd be delightful. So thank you, Bailey. On Twitter, at the end of the year, there was like this trend where you put your like 10 YouTubers who made my 2017 great, and there were a bunch of people who put BHL Hudson. I just want to say thank you very much. #humble brag. And then Kieran, who put BHL Hudson, but also at FDK_Dolt Sniper in parentheses for Thwaites. So the only thing you're worth in the world is Brenton Thwaites.
Oh my god, Kieran.
That's pretty great.
Kieran, text me.
And also someone in a similar tweet said that this podcast
is so your father.
Said the podcast is their favorite show on the internet, which I don't have their name, so maybe that's just something I dreamed. But thank you very much to that person. That's really nice. We really appreciate it.
Go through BHL Hudson's tweets. It's there.
New mic. I want to say we're still on the old mic for this, but hopefully by the next time we will be trying out some new mic equipment, so maybe the podcast will sound even better, if you can believe that.
I can't.
Let's see. I made a top 10 movies of 2017 video, and at the end I kind of did like a 5-minute little recap of the year, and there were a bunch of comments on it, and they were really nice, and they warmed my heart for the Christmas spirit, so thank you very much. Just want to say, it's very nice. Also, the comments on the 14th podcast, the Christmas episode.
Oh.
Can I just read some of these to you?
Yes, please.
Because they are spectacular. Have a very Merry Christmas, BHL, and a Josh Gad New Year. I can't believe there's a category called movie that would be improved by adding Tom Cruise. After all, isn't it common knowledge that all movies would be improved by adding Tom Cruise? There are also just a bunch of nice people just saying, great podcast, Merry Christmas, funniest episode, it's great. # the Gibbs and the Gads. That's a thing. You guys should call your subscribers the Cruisers.
I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But, I mean, all the comments and all the pods are great, but the Gad and the Gibbs really got me there. So, just thank you to everyone who's watched.
Go back. Did you just close the tab? Alright, go down a little bit. Just a little bit. Just, what the f***? Darcy Holland. Merry Christmas, Benedict. I'm 60% of this channel. Darcy, please don't watch this show.
Darcy, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for saying Merry Christmas. I really appreciate it. Frederick is a sad, lonely man who you should not listen to. And finally, I want to give a special shout out to Pierce,
Oh yeah, our boy Pierce.
who made a fan account, which is very weird. Just isn't that strange?
Yeah.
Just this little thing we started in a garage somewhere, and it's very interesting how our incredibly stupid inside jokes now have a.
Yeah, that's a picture of.
That's a picture of Brendan Thwaites.
Yeah.
And there's Johnny Depp and Brendan Thwaites.
We've come so far.
So
Also, may I just say,
that's kind of
that-
awesome.
after how long have we done this podcast?
Well,
Well, we'll just say
we
after
did it since May.
just 16 episodes, 16 videos, we've already got a fan account. How many fan accounts does BHL Hudson have? Proof that adding FDK Gaming.
Say Merry Christmas, Frederick, next time.
I swear to God.
He also made this awesome fan art.
Yeah, that's
which
good.
Which is really great.
That didn't sound genuine, but it is. Pretty
Yeah, that's kind of awesome, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Also,
Like,
also because I posted on my story, a lot of our friends now follow it, and that's a little.
Yeah,
So it's just saying some of the posts here with Thwaites, we have Spacey,
we've got.
fan art, we have Cruz. This one concerned me a little
Yeah,
bit.
I thought you carved it into your hand.
I was a little frightened for a second. I think it's just written, so that's cool. But please don't cut it into your hand.
Also, they don't know what we're talking about right now, so it could be the walls and grommet thing.
That's kind of amazing. So if you want to follow that, it's poorly_planned_podcast on Instagram. Also, for the record, I do not run it. Some people thought that. It's a very cool
I
thing.
run it. My name's Pierce.
Twist. It's a very cool thing a fan did, but I'm not. Who would start their own fan page? I mean, you would.
I mean, yeah.
But so thank you very much, Pierce. That's pretty awesome. So thanks for that. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening to this kind of rushed, not rushed, but like very fast-paced episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. A breakneck pace, one might say. We hope you enjoyed this.
I certainly did.
We enjoyed doing it. We're back, baby, for good.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I'm gonna have to put you down.
you can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson. Find me Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson. You can email the podcast,
Email?
BHLHudsonVids@gmail.com.
George, you can find me on YouTube at FDK Gaming. You can find me on Steam as either FDK Gaming or Brenton Thwaites. My current name is Brenton Thwaites, with a shirtless picture of Thwaites jumping. But if you search up FDK Gaming, you'll certainly find it. And on Twitter, FDK_Adult Sniper. Hit me up, ladies. Thank you. And good night, America.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time with some more stuff.
Thank you.
Wait, no, we didn't.
Sorry.
I totally blue-balled you. I'm sorry. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. It's not the same. Thank you.